can't get this guy. Alex wants to make his audience laugh. But yeah, Alex said some nice things on his stream the other night. Last night. I listened to them before tonight's show. I didn't judge it as show worthy. I thought it would be kind of more jerking myself off than anything else. Alex did a very funny Ricada rap. I thought it was good. I also watched a Pat Dixon clip talking about Gino. I didn't think that was really show worthy. I'm sorry, my lost interest. You're still getting your $20, but I just didn't think that was show worthy. But Alex has always been a real one. Alex has always been cool. When everything went down, Alex called me. Like Alex was doing Tim Pool. And when he was done doing Tim Pool's show, he gave me a call and just said, hey, how's everything going? It sounds like you're really going through it. It's good that you're being honest and not running away from it and admitting your mistakes and all that. Like he was always very encouraging of that. But I'll never forget that, no matter how many times, Alex and I first started talking to each other because I talked shit about a bit he did constructively, but I shit on it. And he didn't like me, and he came on the show, and he was a little defensive, and I was apprehensive, and we ended up, burying it and actually getting along. But I'll never forget that Alex Stein didn't have to call me, didn't have to give a shit. I'm nothing but content to him. And I understand that. We've used Alex for content before. We're not like buddy buddies. But he called me. And he talked to me, and he not when I had a great sense of humor about it, like now. Back when it was still very fresh and the wounds were very open, and I was getting a divorce, and I missed who my ex-wife used to be, and I was really in pain. And he called me up, and he talked to me for a little bit, and that I'll never forget that. That was really cool of Alex. So when people, if people are like, oh, Alex was fucking goofing on you on his show, that's fine. That is more than okay. Because Alex has said more than enough nice things that he didn't have to say. And Alex has been very funny in the way he's dealt with this. So, yeah, I did see that, though, that Alex mentioned he was a Toe fan before the Ricada bump. That was very gracious of him. And, also, Alex liked April, too. Like, Alex genuinely liked April. And I know, and I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school here, Alex felt terrible about the turns that April took and how that all ended up for her. Alex, it wasn't like the rest of the internet. He was like, ha ha, look what happened, blah, blah, blah. Like, he genuinely liked her. And I think he was genuinely rooting for her. So I do think, Alex is, at his core, Alex is a really good guy, a really solid guy. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 on Big Money Wednesday. Says, Aaron, could the extra weight just be you not keeping the butt clean out and ready for the alpha wolf? Apparently, we made a little news last night with some of the leaks that came out. And by the way, I trust my source 100%. This is a guy I've spoken to before. I know some people are like, how do you know you weren't being gay-opped? How do you know? I mean, this would be almost a 1-year gay op. I mean, this guy, it's a solid source. It's a solid vetted source, believe me. But it made some waves. It made some comments. But I will say this, not near as many as it would a few months ago. I think the world has moved on from him and all that stuff. I think the world has passed it by. The world is kind of done with it. They've kind of washed their hands and moved on to the next thing, which I think is actually kind of refreshing. I think that's kind of nice. That's encouraging. I think it shows growth in humanity. I think that not as many people really care about it. I don't think it's good if you're the subject. I don't think it's good to know that people are, because the worst thing people can be towards you is indifferent. Lord knows I've made myself a nice little show here, carved out a nice little audience by myself, by being the baby face to many and the heel to many. I just have a personality that draws people in. I'm happy to brag. And I've never cared, like whether it's radio or this. I've never cared if people watch the show out of love or they watch the show out of hate. A hate watcher watches more than a love watcher. A love watcher gives you more money. So there's a balance there. But even, I mean, the old school radio audience knows that when I was on radio, I was Satan to a lot of people in a community. So, like, when our A-logs and, like, when steel-toe derangement syndrome people get mad that I don't take them more seriously, you have to remember, I have a lot more experience and a lot more intimate experience with this stuff than any of the people you watch do. I had to live in the community. I had to go to the grocery stores. I had to go to the public events. I had to go to county fairs and city festivals and be face to face with people who hate my